Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Chi-Nu. It's a Type 3 Japanese Tier 5 medium. It's located on North Spawn of Halluf and it's under the command of Fluffylilkitten, and he's in platoon with D-Tronics UK in the M10 RBFM alongside him. Now, this is only his second battle in the Chi-Nu, so let's see how he gets on. Okay, they're off. Looks like D-Tronics is going to stick around near the cap and try and shoot at the enemy across the valley, whilst Fluffy has actually decided to go off to the northwest corner of the map where the rest of the tanks will duke it out. Now, he's armed with a 75mm gun capable of 125 alpha and penetrating through 124mm of armour with standard ammo, and with a premium it goes up to 155. He's also carrying a couple of rounds of HE which has got 175 alpha. So this 75mm gun actually does slightly higher alpha than the Americans' guns with 75mm, which is quite interesting. He's decided to cut the corner here, which is quite dangerous because normally there will be enemy tanks, tank destroyers looking out across the valley just in case somebody does this to take pot shots at them. But he's managed to miss all of the having to go around the lengthy other side of the rocks, and it's actually coming up on the enemy much quicker than he would have otherwise. Just take a bit more risk doing it this way. Looks like that T-34 managed to get the prime position. He's ready for them. Come to me, I bite you is the name of the player. Oh, and he's attracted a Panther, and Fluffy puts a round straight through him for 140. So that's a high roll. Changing position again, just in case the Panther's ready for him this time. And the enemy Panther is actually was looking at the T-34-85, but he did fire one in this direction, and Fluffy's lost 146. Looks like that Panther's attention is being diverted. He might be better off getting a shot into the Poodle. There's a Poodle alongside the Panther, and the T-34-85 was actually pushed a bit further on by the T-43 that was behind him. And I think that was a bit of a troll move by the T-43, who's now dived into the dip. I suspect that was a bit of trolling going on there, because he actually pushed the T-34-85 out into fire, although the T-34 didn't actually get hit on this occasion. I've got enemy just around the corner to the right, but they're all going after the Poodle. He was sitting just to the left of the Panther, and Fluffy picks up the kill. Now, Fluffy's tunnel visioning there, he wasn't paying attention to what was going on to the right. The T-150, DS and Valiant are all going in here. He might be better off following that T-34-85 and going round the corner to attack these guys from the rear. There's too much of a traffic jam here and too much chance that he might actually get hit by the enemy. He's trying to get shots on that OI, but his teammates keep driving in front of him. Yeah, you're not going to get through some of that armour. No, you're just not going to penetrate it. It's just way too strong. He's trying to go for the boobies, but it won't go through. Go for the cupola. Yeah, that worked. But if that OI fires around it, you're going to be in trouble. Yeah, going for the boobies again. Or goes to the observation ports. Tries the lower plate. Can't get through that. Goes for the cupola. Yes, he can get through that. And the OI's looking at you, Fluffy. Oh, he managed to get him. And he's completed whatever mission he was supposed to complete. And I think that was actually damage to a heavy tank, 300 hit points, and destroy an enemy heavy tank and survive the battle. He's just got to survive the battle now, but he has killed an enemy heavy, did do 300 hit points of damage. Well, he's taking the easy route across, and unfortunately D-Tronics just crashed. I don't know what he did. I think he jumped off the cliff thinking he can get to down to the valley floor quickly. Yeah, unfortunately got down fatally. I believe this took place during one of the live streams, and just the other day I was in a live stream with Fluffy and he was calling D-Tronics a noob for doing something like that. Well, Fluffy, you're a noob. There you go, I said it. Game over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, second class tanker for Fluffylilkitten and the Type 3 Chi Nu. He managed to get a sharpshooter badge for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, a 5 for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, and he got an Oskin's medal in this one. He killed 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers in a battle, and they had to be at least 1 tier higher than him. He's tier 5, and he was killing tier 6 opponents. In this case, he got the Oni, the Poodle, and the VK3601H. Let's have a look at the win 8. That was 2,431, which is very good. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he's about mid-table when it comes to damage. The high score in this game was that T3485M. He managed to pick up a Spartan Pascucci's medal and 2,151 hit points. He really was a very, very good player. Come to me, I bite. And the next high scorer was the KV85 with 1,700 hit points, followed by the DSPZ Ins, and he got 1,207, and he picked up a Confederate. The EBR picked up a Scout, and we can see that Fluffy picked up that Oskin's medal and 715 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, though, he shared the top spot with the T3485M. Both got 3 kills each, 2 kills to the T43 and the T67. And when it came to base XP, well, Fluffy managed to get 600, but the top scorer was that T3485M again. And he was the only player to get over 1,000 base, 1,071 to him. And the next highest scorer was the KV85 with 749. So you can see how much of a gap there was between this player and the others. And of course, yes, he was trolled by this player, Gladiator Pentada. I think that was his actual name, but I think he did actually come up behind the T3485 and pushed him out in front of the enemy when he didn't want to. Yes, that is his real name, Gladiator Pentada, and you should be ashamed of yourself for doing that to the best player on your team. Anyway, let's have a look at D-Tronics. Yes, he managed to get 808 hit points of damage on the enemy, got 1 kill and 474 XP. Wasn't that far behind Fluffy when it came to XP, but he did get more damage than Fluffy in this occasion and slightly less kills. So let's have a look at detail report for Fluffy. 12 shots fired, 12 direct hits, 7 penetrations. That's good accuracy. Not all the shells actually penetrated, I'm afraid, yes, because you were firing at some targets which got fairly thick armour, and it gets difficult to penetrate them when you fire at the wrong spot on their tank. 715 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. He received 1 hit from the enemy. It was a penetration, and 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. 5 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 67 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 18,959 credits from the game, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he did use his premium ammo. Yep, he ended up with a loss of 4,452 credits for the game, but that ammo actually did allow him to get the damage. If he hadn't actually fired the premium ammo, I think he would have found it a lot more difficult to penetrate some of the spots on those tanks. 25 bonds earned in the game, 900 XP, 3,600 for completing the mission events, and took away 4,500 experience points altogether. So, pretty good game, and this was only the second battle in the Type 3 Chi Nu. So I think that that is encouraging Fluffy to take it a bit further. And of course, the Japanese medium line is actually quite a good line to go up, because there are some very good tanks near the top of it. So very worthwhile pursuing that line indeed. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. Oh, and Fluffy, you're a noob!